Hey, it's shovelheadffej. Before I start the video, because I've actually started the video and I've already edited it, I did my best to keep it down to 10 minutes. There was just no possible way. It's actually like 20 minutes. Trust me when I say it's worth watching all the way to the end. All right. If you watch at the beginning and you don't watch the end, then it makes no sense at all. But anyway, man, I'm sorry. I did the best I could. It was way longer than what I thought because there was a lot of stuff to cover. So anyway, man, on with the show. That way. Hey, it's shovelheadffej. I'm inside the shovelhead shed today. It's raining. It's miserable. I did get a day ride today, early morning ride, which is pretty awesome. Really helps to clear cobwebs and stuff like that. It's kind of echoey in here. I got the door shut. It's miserable. It's raining. You're going to hear a cat. You may hear rain. For any film guys, I have a white beard and a white hair and a white shirt. Man, it's hard to try to color balance. Anyway, enough of that. I just want to say that, listen, I'm just going to let the camera go and I'm going to say what I'm going to say, and it's probably going to be a half an hour long talk, but I'm going to narrow it down to just a few minutes, man. You know, I don't know. I'm going to shoot for 10 minutes. I got a lot to say, so let me get going. Number one, thank you, each and every one of you, man, for number one, watching. You know, I expected 20 people to watch, had no idea. Number two, for commenting. A lot of people watch. I lost count. 30,000 people, I guess, watched, and there's been about 800 comments. There's a great dialogue going on. I did my best to answer all the comments, but I couldn't. It was impossible. I've been to 3 different funerals because of the situation worldwide. You know, people, loved ones passed on, and we could not memorialize them or you know, mourn them. So this was the time finally. Everything is lifting up here, and we could go do it, and that's what we did. You know, and so I mean, I'm, you know, in between services and when I could, I did my best to try to answer everything. So, I mean, thank you guys. Wow. And number 3, man, going above and beyond and by, you know, subscribing. I never thought in a million years, I thought 20 people, man, you know, get 1 or 2 subscribers. The first night I seen it starting to take off, and you know, my wife was like all happy for me, and I was like, oh man, what have I done? You know, you should be happy, and I'm more like, well, kind of, wow, okay, all right, man, all right. So anyway, big ups, big thank you, you know, for all you guys, for the watching, the commenting, and the subscribing. Appreciate all the comments. There was a couple, you know, but hey, man, well, you know, whatever. First of all, I don't know what percent, 99, 98, almost every comment was mirroring basically what I said. Yeah, Harley-Davidson is in a lot of trouble. And trust me, Harley-Davidson has read the comments. I know that for a fact. And how I know that, I might tell you at the end of the video. So you gotta stay to the end of the video. But I do know what a prepared statement sounds like, and I do know what a prepared statement looks like when I read it, and I do know what a fake account looks like. So yeah, so cool. So I got one. I wanted Harley-Davidson to at least hear, not my voice, man, our voice. And so I believe that they did. Now, you know, if Danny doesn't hear my voice, cool, man, because I know he's hearing a lot of other voices. We, and I say we, not me, but we, man, from England, Scotland, Ireland, Spain, Peru, Italy, Mexico City, Saudi Arabia, all over the world, people were saying the same thing about about the video about Harley Davidson and about their support for the $1 million bogan. There was some negative stuff, which I'll address it. But listen, people are saying, well, the sale of the old man bike it's soft. First of all, Harley-Davidson has been making motorcycles since 1903. They basically have made the same motorcycle since 1903. It's never going to go away. People say, oh, okay, Harley's going to go out of business. It's 2 years it'll be done, 5 years it'll be done. I don't know. But what I do know is Harley-Davidson is like Elvis Presley or Coca-Cola. The copyrighted image on a Coke can is far, 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 far more valuable than the recipe that's inside the can. Elvis has been dead for 40 years, hadn't made a record, but he's still one of the top grossing entertainers. Just like Harley-Davidson. Harley-Davidson's name is worth more than motorcycles that they're producing. So if Milwaukee goes under, somebody will step up and buy the name and continue on. They will fail unless they do what Harley-Davidson has not done, which is listen to the riders. And I hear a lot of people say, well, only old guys, buy Harley-Davidsons. And no, it's not true. And for two reasons. If only old guys bought Harley-Davidson, and if it was only for the old guys, then why did Polaris buy the Indian name and start basically making a competitive bike that targeted Harley-Davidson? That if old man bikes were soft, they would have went after the metric bikes, the Asian market and stuff like that. So no, I don't agree with that. When I was riding as a young man, I bought a Harley-Davidson when I was young. Is a Harley-Davidson a 20-year-old bike? Does it appeal to the 20-somethings? No, but I guarantee, not most, some, but not most. But I guarantee you, okay, if the 20s get to live to be 30, and when they have a kid or two, they start to realize, you know what, maybe 160 miles an hour is not the way to go. So they'll want, not a slower bike, but they'll want a different type of bike. They'll get more into the cruising instead of the sports bikes. Now, I've been accused of being a Harley-Davidson fanboy, or I've been accused of it's Harley or nothing. And if I even led somebody to believe that, no, absolutely not. Yes, I own sports bikes. Yes, I have metro bikes. Yes, I have a vintage Goldwing, and I have a couple other bikes. I have more bikes. It was one video. And everybody figured out, they've seen what I had, and well, that's what I have. No, that's not true at all. I think I even stated, man, I'll ride anything. I don't care. As long as it's not a bicycle, 'cause I don't like to pedal things. The other thing is, look, man, the motorcycle was meant to basically replace the horse, okay? And there's different types of horses. If you want to go really fast and a pretty good distance, that's what a thoroughbred's for. If you want to go really fast in a short distance, that's what the quarter horse is for. And if you need something pulled out of the ground, or your beer wagon pulled, that's what the Clydesdale is for. Different motorcycles for different purposes. A Porsche is very, very fast, but man, you really can't pull a tractor with it. So that's why they make trucks. So Harley-Davidson has its own purpose, its own set purpose, and I think to try to change it. I mean, a lot of people don't know, man. Harley-Davidson tried to compete with the Vespa/Cushman. It was a failure. Harley-Davidson made golf carts. I owned one. Biggest pieces of junk. I mean, please, man, stick to what you do, and that's what you do. You go to Burger King because you want the Whopper. That's why you go there. McDonald's, they know what they do. Levi's have been selling jeans for 100 or so years. And they've had the skinny jeans, but they know that's not going to last long. They've always kept like the 501. They've always kept their original, no matter what. They'll try other things, but they keep the original. And that's what I think Harley-Davidson should do. Stick to what they do best, and don't worry about the other stuff. Look, there are people that will not ride a Harley-Davidson, end of story, because all Harley riders are outlaws and bad and, whatever. What I tried to convey in the first video is that, no, man, no matter what you ride, the spirit, the reason why we ride is basically all the same. We don't want to be normal. I mean, man, it's way more comfortable to ride, in air conditioning with a windshield and windshield wipers and four wheels and stuff like that, surround sound stereo. But that's not what we want. We want that freedom. We want to feel alive, man. We want to feel the wind and deal with the elements, So, I was asked, why Harley? Because Harley was the horse. The Harley-Davidson always, I don't know, man. It's like a horse, and you're a cowboy on that horse. And when I was a kid, I always wanted to be the cowboy. I didn't want to be the Indian. Even though I do have Indian blood in me, I just didn't want to be the Indian. I wanted to be the cowboy. Nothing against Indians, so, which actually brings me to the Indian motorcycle. Why not the Indian motorcycle? What's wrong with the Indian motorcycle? There's nothing wrong with the Indian motorcycle. The only two things that I have against an Indian is just two simple things. Number one is, and I understand how corporations work. I get it. And business is business. And a corporation is in business to make money, end of story. Okay? I got that. I felt bad for the victory riders. They push the victory, they push the victory, they push the victory. It's the best, it's the best, it's the best, it's the best. And then they dropped them as soon as they got the Indian name. I didn't like that. Okay? But I understand business. Number two, Indian, I want to be the cowboy. That's it. That's it. I just want to be the cowboy. Got nothing against the Indian motorcycles. I have nothing against no motorcycle. Do I still ride sports bikes? Yes, sometimes. Just not my thing. It's just not my style. My style has changed. I find that on things that really go fast, the faster that they go, the more stupider I become. So, I've learned to stay alive. And there's a reason why I got old. I got old. A lot of people don't realize that YouTube, most creators, it's a business, and you make money. You don't only make money by AdSense. You make money by trying to slough other people's crap products. You're getting paid, so you basically say anything. That's not what I'm interested in. I'm interested in independent filmmaking. Now, if a product comes along and it's good, and they're going to give me an extra one so I can give it away to one of my subscribers or something like that, let me pay back to my subscribers for doing what they did for me. Absolutely. So I don't want to talk really any more about Bogan, because I feel like, oh man, Fej is just riding on the Bogan's coattails. Absolutely not. Did not want to get in front of the camera. Don't want to right now. I had a couple comments. Oh, you're such a natural in front of the camera. Dude, it's just not my thing. There are trolls out there. There are, there are some people, and if you want to go read the 800 and something the comments, there's some people that literally said, "You're old, die, and move on. You're too old to ride motorcycles." Well, you know what? First of all, number one, you don't know my age. Number two, you may think you know my age. Number three, you know nothing about me. You sit here and you bag on the old men that have the trikes. The the geriatric glide. Let me tell you something, man. There's some people that have physical problems that they can't ride, but they want to ride. You know, why would you say anything about the man in the arena? You know what I mean? Give that old guy credit or that old gal credit. You know, give anybody that's riding the credit. You know. So anyway, another thing is the millennials. You know, had millennials. I've had to explain to them. You know, let me explain it now. When I say millennials, I don't like that term, and the reason why I don't like that term is because it throws a negative blanket over anybody between the age groups of this group and of this age and that age. When I say millennials, I'm just talking about an age group. I'm not talking about the guy that still lives at home. You know, I'm just talking about an age group. So. No offense to the guys, because there are young guys that are police officers, there are firemen, there are U.S. Marines and the armed forces. There's guys that are linemen, they're getting it done and they're raising their families and all that. They just happen to fit in that age group. I'm not talking any negative about you. There are millennials that do ride. I'm saying it takes a certain breed, a special type of human to ride motorcycles. And whether it's a Honda or a Harley, we all have that. And that's it. And to, you know, like another thing is it's to the haters. First of all, yeah, I'm old. You're young. You'd be smart to ask an old guy, how did you get that old? If you want to get that old. Some people don't want to live very long. I do. My advice to you is to never judge a book by its cover. You think that dirty old biker, that worthless outlaw on that bike ain't got no money? You think maybe he's stupid? You think maybe he has nothing going for him? You know what? He may be the CEO of the company that you work for. He may be the dentist that's going to drill your teeth. He may just be the doctor that's going to work on one of your family members. And just maybe, he's going to be the guy coming to pick your grandma up. Give that to your grandma. She'll know who it's from. What, you thought all Harley riders are hoodlums? Unrefined?